Okay, just another garden update. Haven't done one in a little while. In the raised bed area, I've transplanted the arugula, which is doing really well. Don't mind the few weeds. I'm still fighting the crabgrass that keeps crawling in. I keep yanking it out. It keeps growing back just as fast. And then our lettuce. Planted a salad mix, and some of the lettuce is starting to come up. Haven't seen anything else from it yet. Some of the different radishes. Farther down here, the spinach is up. It's filling in quite nice. And then the little Swiss chards. We're getting this one ready to plant the cucumbers and beans in. The cucumbers will go along the trellis along the back, so we can pick from either side, and the beans in front like we did last year. The peas along the back of this one are up and doing really well. And again, I got to get rid of the crabgrass that's crawling in from the lawn. I've been busy planting and weeding in the other garden. And this one, peas aren't quite as tall here. The carrots are starting to come up, if I can find them here. They're hard to spot. Here's one here. And there's lots of them starting to pop up. Okay, there's not a lot in the greenhouse right now. I've got a lot of this planted out in the garden. But we still have the bell peppers, the cayenne peppers, some of the huckleberries. I planted the garden huckleberries out in the garden yesterday. These ones I want to plant in a different garden. I haven't decided where yet. And over here I have the mortgage lifter tomatoes, the ones that survived. And what was this? I think there was 3 chocolate cherries there on the back. This is Armenian cucumbers. I just planted these a couple days ago, and they haven't started coming up yet, obviously. These are Armenian cucumbers. I just planted these the other day, so they're not up yet. These are the other Heinz tomatoes. These are the ones that were in the egg cartons. And they just were not growing nearly as well. The other ones in the regular pots, they were, much taller, much nicer plants. So I just transplanted these, I guess about 3 or 4 days ago. And I'm hoping in another couple of weeks I'll be able to put them out in the garden. Hopefully they'll start picking up. I found with the egg cartons, the roots were growing out the bottom of the egg carton. And so they weren't being able to absorb any nutrients. So I probably won't be using egg cartons for tomatoes again. I think for something that with small roots, they might be okay. Maybe some herbs or something that won't be in the pots very long. Some of the yellow strawberries. There's a couple of them. They really did not germinate very well at all. I think there's another one there. I think there's 4 or 5 plants in the entire tray. These are more of the Heinz tomatoes. The larger ones have all been put in the garden already. These are yellow pears. Yellow pear tomatoes. I just started these ones. A little bit late, but since they're an early tomato, they should be alright. The basil and parsley. And these ones are, I think they're the Bonnie Best tomatoes I just started. Yeah. And the ones on the back here are Celebrity, and the ones up here are Bonnie Best. I just started these, and hopefully, as I said, I'll get them out of these egg cartons soon and into the garden. Over here is my okra finally popped up. I got, I think, half a flat of okra, and what did I plant on the other side? Wait. Brandywine tomatoes in the back. These are the Heart of Gold cantaloupes, wonderberries, or the sunberries. They're actually, these ones came up really quickly, but all the other ones are just starting to come up now. That's over a month germination time. These are the Haley's Best cantaloupes, not up yet either. These are the red shepherd peppers. And they're starting to do pretty good. The alpine strawberries are up. They're really tiny, so it's hard to see, but there's more over in that one. These are more Bonnie Best tomatoes. And heart of gold cantaloupe in the front. And these are the what's called a delicious 51 cantaloupe. These are the Asian cucumbers. I'll hopefully be planting them out tomorrow. And our chamomile. I'm going to be redoing one of the flower beds out front into a herb garden. I'll be putting them out there. We planted the children's garden yesterday, and they had a lot of fun doing that. Down on the end, there's 2.5 rows of early bantam corn. Then there's, what did they do next? I think there's 2 rows of purple bush beans. And then the lettuce, the teddy bear sunflowers, they started from seed earlier this year. And some different tomatoes. I think these were the cherry chocolates. And some cucumbers down the end and some marigold seeds. Some more tomatoes. I can't remember what these ones were. I think they're cherry chocolates as well, but they might be a different one. Some broccoli. More tomatoes and cucumbers. This one is a row of cucumbers, a different type. And down here they have the scarlet runner beans. The onions are up and doing well despite the crows. There's still a few bulbs in between the rows that I have to go and tuck back in. Another double row of peas that are doing well. These are the beets coming up. And the turnips. I gotta get out here and get some soapy water on them. Get the bugs off them. This is the early cabbage. Planted this out, I think 2 days ago. I got the cabbage out. And then the red cabbage. Then on the other side of that is the late cabbage. Been out here watering these all day. Temperatures have been in the mid-20s, so it's nice and hot. And there's the huckleberries starting, the garden huckleberries. They go for 2.5 rows here. And then we start our tomatoes. These are the Henderson pink tomatoes. They were the free seed from Baker's Creek, and I love them. If they produce as good as they've grown, then I'm sold. I'll definitely be keeping seed from these. These grew bigger and faster than any other plant in the greenhouse, and they germinated very early too, and some of them actually have flower buds on them already. I've never transplanted a tomato with flower buds already. Not sure if I can find it. Here's one. Right there, the little flower bud. So, we got the soaker hoses set up on them, which are working really well. Hello.
Hi. I'm going to start my own fiat currency.
Is it based on potatoes?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that would be a good idea, actually. Yeah.
More of the tomatoes. Starting down this row, I have the eggplant, and I just put this all in today. The lemon boy tomatoes that I had left, the eggplant, and then the Italian zucchini. And the Italian zucchini, most of the plants already have flowers on them. Flower buds. And starting right here. So I'm looking forward to, if we do not have problems with squash bugs this year, having an early crop of zucchini, because we haven't planted the regular one yet. The last couple of years we've used that black fabric mulch around them, and I don't think we'll be doing that again. I've never had trouble in all my life with squash bugs and cucumber beetles until I used that mulch, and that's the only change that I ever made. So this year we're going to try leaving it off and see if that helps. They really like to hide under the mulch, and it protects them so that birds and whatnot can't get them, and it's harder to kill them by hand. But before using that mulch a few years ago in the garden, I'd never even seen one on one of our plants, here or anywhere else.